Hello. I'm here with another video today. Now listen, alright, usually I'm usually looking at what to react, right? And I just saw that this man, the man that made the emblem video, also had another video in his collection, right? And that was ranking every Destiny 2 strike tier list, right? And originally I was like, whatever, right? But then I looked through a couple of them and I realized, oh my god, wait a minute. I'm kind of opinionated on this. So here I am gonna throw my spoon into the plate and judge this man's uh, opinions on strikes like if it's an important subject and it matters. Because why not? I'm bored, okay? As always, hey, hello, I'm Dr. Mally, or Mally. I just prefer Mally. Mally VT. Mally, whatever. And I wanted to just do this because I'm bored. Why not? Why not?
Definitive Destiny 2 Strike tier list. I'm going to go through each Destiny 2 Strike as a Vac 3 Heresy on normal difficulty, and we're going to put them in a tier list ranging from S tier to Poo tier. S tier being the top of the pops, and Poo tier being absolute shit. Here's a list of all the strikes that we're going to run through. Remember that all opinions in this video are 100% factual and cannot be disputed in any capacity.
I will dispute
if you
it.
Disagree, let me know down in the comments what you think, but you're probably delusional, so...
No, I'm not. You know. No.
Let's begin.
As a warlock, I'm not delusional. What do you think I am, a titan?
Yeah, it's just your pretty bog standard tier list ranging from S tier to C tier, with the addition of Poo tier for those truly rubbish strikes. Here's the icons for the tier list. Each icon is the boss of the strike.
Is Lightblade here today? It is. Lightblade better be A. Alright, Lightblade better be A.
Starting with the EDZ. The Arms Dealer is one of the original base game strikes that was reworked in 2023, where your fire team faces down the successor.
I'd give this one a C. It's a basic, very basic.
Exact same, so I don't know about that one, Chief. Maybe we never killed him in the first place.
He usually reincarnates,
dunking fusion cores and blowing up tanks before finally putting an end to the Arms Dealer. And that's the strike. I think it's all right. There's not really anything special.
It's C.
Progress through the base and take out one dude.
I was gonna say maybe B, but I realized there's a tormentor in here. We're going back to C.
There's not really anything significant that happens during the strike either, save for getting melted by the turrets in the boss encounter.
Yeah, the turrets are just jumping you.
Overall, this strike isn't Poo tier, but it's not got the atmosphere, action, or even depth for a higher ranking. However, the nostalgia hit is kind of hard, so it goes up a bit. B tier.
Nah, I mean...
Moving on.
It better be lowest of D tier. Like a Shadows? That's like a Shadows, no?
Wait, are you struggling? Wait, hold up. What's going on here? Right.
What's bro doing?
Weird thing to jump into. Right. The Lake of Shadows is a strike where you fight through the Horde of Taken to basically disinfect the water supply of the
what would I name this one? I grinded this one.
Your fighting needs to ferry some small pyramid ships from one...
I grinded this one a lot during it. I think it was like... I don't remember what season. It was many months ago. Back when Arbalest was meta. Yeah, I haven't heard that name in a while. But yeah, back when that was meta. I think it was Fusion was either Barrier. Oh no, Arbalest is already Barrier. What am I talking about? I don't remember the season, but I remember this specific strike was the most farm thing for a while. But then again, I might be thinking about the old version before it was renewed to the new version, which is honestly a little bit worse, or it's a little bit better. I don't know. I don't like the Tormentor room, to be honest. Also, I see you're using this hand cannon shiny. What are the rolls? I need to know the roll on this, because I will judge you for it. Also, what are you using? This weapon is like mid B at best.
Place to another before detonating them next to a wall of Taken Blight just to progress. This happens twice, which isn't the most fun thing to do really, and it's weird that it happens 2 times. There's a Taken Chimera which needs to be dispatched before progressing through the strike. I'm not gonna lie, it seems a bit out of place just lingering this early in the strike, but it's easy to melt. Your team then makes a path through EDZ's water supply infrastructure, clearing out more Taken and even Cabal as you go before you finally get to the boss, which is just a Taken phalanx. He's easily melted.
He's not mentioning the Tormentor room with the blights. Yeah, oh, that's fine.
And if this phalanx wasn't in the boss arena, you'd think the strike carried on going.
Also, GMs just jumping on that corner. Just jumping onto the map. Good times. Good times. I love grinding this strike by breaking the game. But hey, if it's not patched, there's no problem, alright? No crime. I'm blind sometimes to little bugs.
Chimera earlier in the strike is more of a challenge than this dude. The objective with the strike seems more open, as it's more of a clear out all the enemies rather than hunt a single guy. The atmosphere is pretty cool though. I do like seeing the rundown aspects of what used to be a workstation for humanity, and this bridge
is
bit
another
with the threshers
C.
is always
I'd say
good
this is
fun.
another
I
C.
do wish we didn't waste 5 minutes or more at the beginning ferrying the small ships, as I don't really think anyone enjoys extraction missions. Sorry, Lake of Shadows, you're going in C tier.
Yeah, that's good. Fair. Cosmodrome. What's this one again? I don't remember
The
the
Devil's
name.
Lair is one of, if not the oldest
S.
strike in Destiny history,
S.
being in a Destiny 1
S.
alpha before being remade in Rise of Iron, to then being remastered in Destiny 2. I actually just learned that if you're playing through the strike regularly, the original soundtrack will play, but if you play the strike as a Nightfall, the new version will be played. The original version of the song is played during the base strike, and the fan-made cover of the soundtrack, aka the song you're hearing right now, made it into the game in Rise of Iron for the revamped Stepix Perfected.
It's
so
S.
that's pretty damn neat.
It's
Anyway,
S.
enough with the history lesson. In the Devil's Lair, you make your way into the base of the Fallen House of Devils to disable their protection, smash through their defenses, and eliminate the Prime Servitor that provides the House's ether. There's some hive that you have to fight during the Protect Ghost section,
Yes,
which spices
best
up what would be a
section.
kind of boring bit. And then there's the Wasteland Battleground.
Really, bro? In GMs, I know he's doing Nightfall, just Nightfall, but in GMs, going in that corner and just wells out, when just well spamming, and then having not a bulwark, but a Titan with a shield, the giant super shield, and just having to survive while everything comes in. Beautiful, fun days. I miss those days so much. Back when GMs were fun.
To take out a Spider Walker tank before coming face to face with Sepix Prime, who is arguably one of the easier bosses, but still a really cool boss to fight. What's not to love about a giant servitor with a crit spot the size
Also,
of...
bro's using
well,
Hammerhead when commemoration exists.
S tier.
Yeah, S tier, yes. Okay,
Next
I
up
agree.
is the Fallen S-A-B-E... Yeah,
Fallen
it's
Saber.
just the Fallen Saber. This strike is alright. I remember when it was the
I
first
give it a
time we
B.
heard Rasputin
I give it a
properly
B.
talk back in Destiny 1, and the whole strike is Seraph themed, which I really like. You and your fire team follow a distress call from the
Below
Warlord,
A.
where your ghost extracts an access code from a warsat while you protect it. Woohoo, yeah!
Below A. Below A. I gotta say that the explosive shanks in that long hallway where you have to carry the lightning ball across is, I think, the funnest part of the strike. The boss room is not bad, but my god, is it atrocious. Wait a minute. Is he gonna count the Seraph strikes and the from the season of the where they brought back Rasputin? Because if so, those are gonna be the poop tiers, I'm pretty sure, for him. I don't mind them. They're not that bad, but I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna name a poop tier or something.
Yeah, protect ghosts. Love me some of that. Protect ghosts. You then make your way into the Seraph bunker, where you're greeted with all kinds of goodies, like arc electricity beams, and the Fallen kicking back where they shouldn't be. The only mechanic really is clearing ads, which isn't a top level activity when it comes to engagement, with clearing rooms to progress and breaking servitors to remove the boss's shield. The boss being a shank. A pretty hefty shank, mind you, but still a shank.
It's
The
still a
strike ends once
shank.
you kill the shank, and Rasputin doesn't even say thanks. I really like the Seraph theme though, so I'm putting the strike in the B tier.
B, respectable, yeah.
Nah, not the disgraced. The disgraced. Do we even need to talk about this one? Before we begin, this
Oh,
strike is poo
oh.
tier. I mean, like, dung scum.
Oh my god, the disgrace. I actually like it, but it's definitely lower of the C's in my mind, okay? Where I had so many strikes or not strikes, but GMs in this one where I was in a well and one acolyte that throws one grenade just 3 bombs us through the well all together in one go. It's happened like 4 times. Then again, this has been a while since I did GM of this specific Nightfall, but my god, is it a memory, and do I not like that memory? Do I hate that memory? I do not miss those memories at all. Definitely one of the worst strikes in the game.
Large tier. You begin by following the last known whereabouts.
I like
of
the first
Voter,
room, though.
Airspawn,
First
into
room
the
is fine.
Terrestrial complex and taking out the Fallen and Hive to progress to the Skywatch? We not have just transmitted in there. We were just killing stuff before this. We find the Voter in the Jovian complex hiding behind a bunch more Hive before finally putting it down for killing Maeve. Who's Maeve? A friend of this guy. This guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, but not really.
Okay, the moon. Ooh, the moon's haunted.
Moving on to the Scarlet Keep. I
Shadow
want to
Keep.
start by saying that
Shadow Keep, Scarlet Keep. It's same difference. Before he says his opinion, let me put my opinion. Alright. Aesthetically S tier. As a strike, I'd give it a B to a low A. But mostly a B, because that elevator section is so annoying to deal with. It's so slow. It's so slow. Alright. Everything else is fine. I don't mind the bridge section, right? That's good, right? I find that entertaining, but just it's just the elevator.
The atmosphere of this strike is amazing. The massive red tower looming over you
Yeah, I
as
said
you
like
progress
yeah,
through the
yeah.
strike adds a sinister feel to the actions you take to get to it. This strike has you and your fire team face off against Hashadun, the daughter of Crota. She's unhappy with us because we ratioed her pop-up, and her idea of getting revenge is to sit in the top of her tower. We ain't happy about that though,
Like
so
a
she has
Disney
to go.
villain.
We begin the strike by making our way towards the keep, bringing down the bridge, and then progressing towards the innards of the tower, which turns out to be a glorified elevator. It's a shame really.
Very
I think
much.
there could have been great potential for a jumping puzzle in here, which stands on its own 2 feet as well because yeah, you could probably grapple through it nowadays, but this strike was released in Shadowkeep, which is a shocker because that expansion was pooped.
It was very
When we're on
bad.
the elevator, it's just
Very
a simulator,
bad.
and then when we get to the top, we make short work of the daughter of Crota. I don't really have anything bad to say about this strike other than the tedious ascent section. The atmosphere is great, the mechanics are about average, and well, I enjoy it. It's cool, even if it is a little haunted.
Moon's haunted.
Moon's haunted. A tier. Really?
It's time we moved on to our 4th destination in this video.
Really?
So let's go to Nessus.
Nessus. What's a Nessus strike?
Starting off with the absolute banger.
Oh, this mission. Oh, even the old version of this mission is S tier. If I think it's the one, right? Because I remember there's original one where you get launched across this giant gap, and then you have to work around that drill. Even that version, the older version, even that one was S tier. This new one, I haven't really played it that much, but if it's the one I'm thinking about that I played a couple times, definitely S tier.
That is the Inverted Spire, a strike that was introduced.
Yeah,
during
it is.
Destiny 2
I should have
vanilla.
just
This
yeah.
newly reworked
This is
strike
the one I
has
was
you and
thinking
your
about.
fire team
I recognize the
deep into
name.
Nessus to eliminate Protheon, the modular mind. The rework added more activities to run through, changed enemy types, and added obstacles to overcome instead of just scanning confluxes. The section with the giant Cabal drills always takes me back to the Red War days of Destiny 2, and now they've added Drake tanks to cross the No Man's Land area, which is pretty sick. There's some mid-tier activities that you gotta do throughout, like standing on plates or protecting ghosts to progress, but honestly, they really aren't bad in this strike, as you're kept on your toes by supplicants spawning around you. Navigating the giant drill is really where it's at. I think this dangerous environment is really cool and can actually be quite difficult with all the Cyclopses around. Then we get to the boss.
Don't remind
Remember
me.
when he used to spawn in? Absolutely mad.
I completely remember you being able to one-shot this boss with thunder crashes, some nova bombs, and what was the meta at the time? There's been a lot of metas. I'm pretty sure when the original what's the one with the fusion rifles? Not good. I mean, there was probably a breach and clear one at one point, but like I'm thinking about a different one. The fusion rifle one where it would be 1,000 voices. And you just 1,000 voices this guy, and his health bar was just immediately just ceased to exist. So they had a health gate this guy because the community could not stop insta killing him, and it was great.
Massive. The boss has 3 phases, each taking place on a different floor, with the second being the worst in my opinion. For the love of God, I can't seem to get that triumph done no matter how hard I try. The adapting environment for this boss fight is pretty neat, and when the boss falls, the strike ends. I really like this strike, not just because of nostalgia, but because of its length, complexity, and atmosphere. S tier.
Yep.
But hang on a minute, I ran into this cool fellow while playing the strike, and
Level
I thought I'd share my
2.
experience here. Oh, go on mate. Let's get it. He's using a glaive at that range.
Hey, glaive meta crazy, okay?
Yeah, let's play this with you. Come on. You gotta shoot the thing. Yeah. No, that's right. Yeah.
Hey, look at the blueberry go. Oh, he's got Monte Carlo. Don't miss the jump. Okay, I was about to say you did. Aww, look at that person learned the new environment.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
No. That'll do, buddy.
I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, it does not. It's not working. Oh, he didn't go to the right side.
What?
Is bro about to get sideswiped? He's about to get. You don't get on it, bro. Oh, there he goes, grounded. Being made into mincemeat.
It was good fun. Anyway, moving on to Exodus Crash. This strike sees you and your fire team venture into the wreckage of the Exodus Black and eliminate the fallen
Ooh, high A tier, high A tier. I really enjoyed this strike. High A tier.
that are causing failsafe some problems.
I can feel them, ripping things out.
Fusing circuits.
After we dunk the ball at the beginning of this strike, the mechanics become pretty diluted, where we just have to protect Ghost on this plate, kill enemies to down barriers, and then finally get to the boss room, where we find a chunky fallen vandal, Picus of House
This in
Salvation,
GMs
who
was a
loves his invisibility
nightmare.
cloak more than RDM hunters in the Crucible. This boss fight is so mid. Half the time you don't even know where the boss is until you see your teammates unloading on it, and then when that's done, the strike is over. The best thing I can say about this strike is that it's pretty short.
Okay, you're doing strike rating, so you know what? I don't judge it for that way. Good for him. I'm fine with this rating. Okay. In GMs though, this is a nightmare room. That final boss is a nightmare room. You have to find a specific spot on top of a ceiling to spam wells while trying not to get sniped constantly. It's a nightmare.
C tier.
I'd put
The
it
Proving
in A.
Grounds is one of those strikes that I know a lot of people are talking. The main plot of the strike
B.
is that we,
I'd give
as
it
a
a
fire
B.
team,
I got a
or
B.
me by myself because nobody wanted to join the queue.
Damn, that's crazy. That Destiny queues are crazy. Damn, bro got nobody. Damn. Hey. Not like he watches my videos, but like, hey, you wanna play some Destiny sometime? I'd be so down. Since I am also a Destiny player. And I do want to make more content on this game. I just don't really know what to do by myself on this game. I'll be honest. I do low man sometimes, but like, then what? I don't really know how to monetize that well. Hey, but still, either way. This one would be I'd give it an A. I'll give it an A. The last room though, a little bit annoying. With the GM rating, I'd say, because the boss keeps spamming fireballs constantly. You have to literally outlast his fireballs because he does have a set amount, but it's like 100 and something.
You are the Vanguard's champion facing off against Kaitel's champion to decide who has the first say in the alliance between the Imperial Cabal and the Guardians of the Last City. We make our way through a pretty big land tank, taking out Cabal and disabling defenses as we go.
Oh, the
before coming
tank
face to
room. I
face
forgot
with
about that.
Ignivan, chosen of Keitel. He has this meteor flaming meatball
Yeah,
attack,
that's
which
the
isn't
one.
really too bad, but let me tell you, when running solo, I really struggled to get around this attack when he did it, and he did it a lot. But again? Really? Go away! Again! How many times is he gonna do this?
He spams that
doing
shit.
it again.
He spams it.
Doesn't look like he's gonna stop.
He
When
won't.
the champion falls, the strike ends, and the Vanguard emerges victorious. You can see the tracks moving under your feet and bits of debris flying around in sections. I can't rank this strike too high though, because we all know if you load into Vanguard ops and this one pops up, you're most likely gonna re-queue for a different strike. It was surprisingly fun running it solo though. B tier.
B? Okay.
The
I said
Inside
A,
Terminus
so
is just another one of those where it's like,
S.
maybe another strike will be better. In this mission,
come
our fire team
on.
follows reports of Vex incursions down to the depths of Nessa.
I was actually farming this one not that long ago. It's great for GMs. It's amazing. It's very easy for GMs. So you know what? Maybe that's why. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm very biased because this is one of the easiest strikes to GM clear considering the rooms.
Before stumbling upon Kargan, a juice to the guild's scion. He's mostly targeting Vex infrastructure, but apparently getting rid of him will only strengthen our position, so we follow him deeper into the planetoid, using arc charges to open pathways and charging up plates to disable barriers, before finding Kargan in the boss arena, which is a pretty cool boss arena for what it's worth, disabling his shields and eliminating him. Honestly, the strike is pretty short, and I was kind of just mindlessly walking through it when I got my footage, so it's not the most engaging strike out there. You can skip a lot of rooms of ads and just do mechanics, which some could argue is a good thing, but for me, not so much. Also, I guess if you kill the boss fast enough, sometimes ads spawn when you're collecting your loot. C tier. Sorry, it's just nothing special really.
I agree. Hold up. Before I say sentiment, I agree. Okay, on a regular strike tier list, this is like maybe I'd move up the Cabal champion. I'd move up the one on Exodus. Now that I look at it again, I'd move down the rifleman, green boy Cabal guy. I forgot his name. But Sniper Man. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
C tier. Sorry, it's just nothing.
Oh, and this
special,
one
really.
would be A.
Are you ready to rank some strikes?
Absolutely, I'm ready to rank some. Listen, is Pope Francis sleeping
Oh
tight?
my god, I want that Titan chest piece. I want that Titan chest piece. Also, nice armor, bro. Nice armor on the left.
R.I.P. to a baller.
So we made our way to the Dreaming City. The Corrupted is a strike that gets a lot of unnecessary slander because of its Nightfall variant being tough as nails, but in the actual strike it really isn't too bad. In this strike, you and your fire team has to venture deep into the heart of the Dreaming
I will say, yes, he's right. If I would put this on a C level just because the GM is so fucking annoying. It's so annoying. And some of you may call it a skill issue, and I call it, I'd rather do any other strike than this one, okay? This is difficulty, but not fun difficulty. And there is a difference. There is a difference, okay? There's fun difficulty, and then there's bad difficulty, all right? This is a bad difficulty.
City and free the Techie and Sudir from a taken corruption, dipping in and out of the Ascendant plane to get there, before finally battling the Tech Witch in both our realm and the Ascendant realm. There's some interesting parts that we face, like the elevator where we're introduced to the teamwork ball catching mechanic, and the two ogres split across the two planes. The boss is a pretty cool one too, with massive rocks flying across the arena in both parts of the fight, before finally coming to a head in another pretty cool arena.
I enjoyed a lot more than I remember doing for the base version. I usually would think this is like a B, coming from someone who mostly does GMs, but I think I'll bump it to an A. It's not an S tier for me. It definitely sits in A.
That's too high. That's too high. That's too high.
The Warden of Nothing strike really surprised me, and I'm not gonna lie, I think it surprised Jeff too.
Warden is A.
Sees you and your fire team enter
Warden
the
is
Prison
A.
of Elders
Warden
to
is
take out
A.
the Warden's Servitor, which has gone mad since the departure of Varric Sir Loyal and is wreaking havoc across the Tangled Shore. We need to dodge trains and take on challenges set out by the Warden's Servitor to progress through the strike, killing mini-bosses and defusing mines before coming head-to-head with the Warden's Crazed Pet. The atmosphere in this strike is awesome. I really like it as the Prison of Elders is a top-notch location, both speaking from a nostalgic standpoint and from a new perspective, and the boss fight delivers on some really cool visuals which unfortunately don't get seen enough due to the lack of a health gate on the boss.
Yeah, I really like Warden of Nothing. Warden of Nothing is, well, it's too easy in this day and age of Destiny. Very fun. The Prison of Elders bit is a lot of fun. Like, it makes being in one area fun by switching up the objectives. The earlier bits are fun with the trains, like there's actual involvement in your movement, even if it is just go on the rails above, usually. It's just solid all the way through. Like, every mini encounter is fun. There's nothing there to make it take longer than it needs to.
What would you rank it?
A. Definitely A.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Europa? What's Europa strike?
The Glassway is a strike that exists.
Oh my god, the Glassway. I like the Glassway, unironically, but this is because I hated the Glassway, but I did it so many GMs of it that I learned to love it, okay? Listen, I'm pretty sure I remember that this was definitely a Reed's Regret gaming moment back in the day where I was just using that for the final boss a lot. This is one of the ones where it's annoying, but I like the difficulty of the final room. It's annoying, it's hard, but I like it. I like the difficulty of it.
This in Destiny 2.
High B.
I believe this
High
strike
B.
has the potential to be so much better, but it did ship in one of the worst phases the game's ever seen,
High
so there is
B.
that. In the Glassway, your fire team is tasked with following Eramis, who is trying to harness the power of Radiolaria from the Clovis Bray-built Vex portal, but flees when we show up, leaving us to deal with the small Hydra and— oh my god, that's a big Hydra.
It's
This
baby
strike's an
Hydra
infiltration
and daddy
mission, but
Hydra.
There really isn't any mechanics other than this one plate we have to charge up. The rest is just killing ads to move forward. I wouldn't call this strike poo tier, but it doesn't really hit the nail on the head. I'm kind of relying on Jeff for insight on this one, because I don't really know where I stand on it.
No, I don't think Glassway has a lot of fun parts. This is one of those where there is a massive difference between playing this as a GM and just playing the standard version.
Yes, there is.
It was fun
so
when
much.
it came out. Now, I would not go out of my way to replay it. Definitely a C tier. It's just bland.
Right, well, thank you, Jeff, for coming out. I appreciate it. Oh, not even a goodbye. Alright.
Davathoons. If it's Lightblade S, Lightblade
Birthplace of
S.
the Vile. Right, cue
Oh,
the funny dream
okay,
speedrunning
okay,
music.
okay. Vile, Birthplace of the Vile. It's not that hard. I'd definitely give it a B. A B to an A on Birthplace of the Vile. I thought you were about to slander the Lightblade. The Lightblade is S tier. It is fun hard. Lightblade is my favorite fun hard GM and strike in general. I like the hive enemies. I like the champion spots. I like the music of the final area. I like it. It's great. I love it. You have to be on your toes, dodging, moving out. The lantern sections, the traversal sections in general. Like it's fun. It's fun.
I speedran this strike after seeing that I loaded in without a fire team because I just wanted it over as soon as possible. In this strike,
birthplace?
you have to use
Okay,
Savathun's
whatever.
to take out Hymix, Warden of the Harvest. It's a pretty
Or
boring
Lord of
strike.
Warbs meta.
Don't get it twisted though, some of the mechanics are the same as other strikes that I've ranked higher. I just don't like the Scorn, and there's a certain change of pace to the way they make encounters feel. They're really squishy and they die in a couple shots, removing all challenge from the strike, and this one is no different. We're just running room to room, clearing out little homunculi before finding a damn Cronenberg and wiping that out too.
Oh,
the original objective
you
of the
almost
strike
fell off
came from
there.
the Witch Queen campaign, where you've got to go and collect a cryptoglyph from inside the Dark City to keep Savathun's worm
Lord of
alive.
Wolves
But that's
Gaming?
just a
Lord of
replayable
Wolves Gaming.
infiltration mission where we just kill a guy. Maybe I'm not being fair, but at the end of the day, I'm not a fan of this strike really. It just isn't it, Chief. If this strike wasn't in the game, nothing in my life would change. Poo tier. The light blade
it's
is a great strike.
S.
To begin
You better
with,
make it
we
S.
face follow the boss
S.
right off the rip.
Look,
and
listen
look
to
who
his
it is,
music and
our
tell me
old
don't
pal
peek.
Cool from Destiny 1. Now gone to the light side, this strike boss is tasked with protecting the Temple of Oryx in Savathun's throne world, more specifically a tablet of ruin inside said temple. It's our job as a fire team to break into the temple using void charges to disable barriers and take out Lucent Hive Guardians to progress onward. The enemy density in this strike is pretty good,
great.
and there's a little
It's
fun
good.
bit where you're ferried along by a fancy looking
Yep.
Hive tomb ship.
Yep.
However, it's not very nice when you can get flung forward by it sometimes. That wasn't very nice. When we face
It's
up
great.
against the light blade, we also come face to
This
face
room
with
is
a lot of
amazing.
Lucent Hive, which we need to eliminate to take down the boss's shields. One cool thing about this boss fight is that when the shields go down,
The
loads of
orbs.
large orbs of power are dropped onto the ground below. However, it's teaming with Cursed Roll, forcing you and your team to adapt your playstyles
Yep.
to fight on the ledges
It's
around the room.
so
rather than on the floor. I do
cool.
think it's weird that the light blade doesn't have a ghost though. That aside, overall, this is a pretty solid strike. A tier.
Ah, come on. No, come on. It's S. It's S tier. It's S tier. Nah, I mean, okay, I'm not gonna be too mad. You did give it A, but it should have been top A to S, okay?
The Hypernet current is a strange one to rank, and let me tell you my reasons why. In this
I'd give it a C. I'd give it a C. That Tormentor room is a mess. The final boss is, in my opinion, easier. And then the Vex area is very cool, very awesome, but like,
strike, you and your fire team need to enter the Vexnet and put an end to Parthenius, the drifting mind, as the Cloud Ark, the thing that keeps the Neomoni people alive, is threatened by its presence in the Vexnet as the two are linked. It's a bit of a stupid design, isn't it? The strike has a bit of a weird start where we make our way up to the Strand Training Grounds, but along the way we're given these arc lasers that just obliterate anything you fire at.
Yeah,
We then meet our
you
first
save
Tormentor
those.
of the video. Little side note, I really like fighting Tormentors, and this will be an important fact later. Once we dispatch it, we enter the Vexnet, and if
you
you're a
like
bit
fighting
me, you love
Tormentors.
the Vexnet atmosphere
Okay,
that it's retained through
alright.
the rest of the strike. It's at this point where things get a little crowded. All of a sudden, we're being pelted by Taken Blights and surrounded by bombs, and, well, more Taken Blights. This is a
This is the
recurring
one
theme that
where-
lasts till the
okay.
end, and you need to take out the portals that
I
spawn
will
the
say this is the one map I don't like fighting a Tormentor. Every other map, I've kind of enjoyed it, except this one.
Blights with the previously mentioned lasers. You then make your way up to the boss arena, and you're greeted with, is that Gloria? No, it's just
Yeah.
a pretty dapper looking Hydra. Once it dies, the strike comes to an end. I really want to rank this strike higher, but because of the overwhelming nature of the Blights, this strike has to go in the B tier. It's a bit unfortunate, but
Yeah.
I think that's where it belongs.
It's C or B. I agree with that. Pale Heart. It's a Pale Heart one.
Ah, the Bungie confirmed hardest strike in the game, and they weren't
Oh.
kidding. Liminality. I've suffered through many Nightfall wipes from being too incompetent to survive some of the sections of this strike. We
Really?
begin in the impasse of the Pale Heart.
not that
where you and your
hard.
fire team must make your way through different areas while clearing out crusty muck and defeating
I'd
rooms of ants to
say-
progress.
I'd
There
say
is all
A
sorts of
tier,
different
A tier,
challenges in
A
this
tier.
strike. From hive light bearers to the roof closing in on you to jumping puzzles to the walls closing in, all set in place by a fantastic atmosphere. The main objective of this strike is to find a path through the impasse and get closer to the witness. Here we meet the main boss of the strike, Katazia, Tormentor of the Ahamkara. And boy, is this one tanky Tormentor. We see
Yeah.
it earlier in the
Very
strike and use the
tanky.
Ahamkara magic to take down the shield, to which he gets scared and dips, leaving us to venture further into the Pale Heart, finding an abandoned town filled with dread and taken, as well as a subjugator that needs to be dispatched. Once we reach the boss room, we come face to face with Katazia again, and use Ahamkara magic to take down its shields and finally put an end
It's
to
such
the
a
Tormentor.
fun- it's
This,
such a fun
ladies
strike,
and gentlemen,
but
is an S tier strike.
I-
No question. From the story it tells, to the atmosphere, to the mechanics, it just bangs through and through. I'll say it once, and I'll say it again. S tier.
No, listen, this would be a perfect list if you just switch the last two from S and A. You just switch them around, and I would agree with most of this list. Most of it, but not all of it. All right, I'm still looking at that third one, or that second one, technically. That second one on A, I forgot what it was called. You need to go lower, for sure. Dreadnought. Oh,
The
this
last strike on our
one.
list is the Sunless Cell. It's the most recent strike to be added to Destiny 2, and it's a
I'm gonna be
revamp
honest.
from the iconic Sunless Cell.
Kind of mid. Kind of mid. I'd give it a B. It's kind of mid.
in Destiny 1. This strike is extremely ad-dense, where your fire team needs to navigate the Dreadnought to locate the Sunless Cell, a prison holding Obakul, a giant hive knight with a twist. That twist being that he's taken and can manifest a gun out of thin air. The mechanics of the strike are
I've been
lost in
doing
the
it with
amount of life that needs to be done, and you need to take
with
out
a
blights to
Titan,
open doors and hive guards in a room full of shriekers to progress. I think they've done a pretty good job with the strike. It's
Strand
not very
Titan
friendly in my opinion,
with
but at the end of the
the
day,
heavy
what
glaive.
Destiny is. It does have its iconic moments like the bridge and the corridors that were showstoppers in Destiny 1. However, the boss is a bit of a melt if you keep your distance. We did not, however, and both of us got scrunched. Oh my god.
Listen. Oh no. Oh no. Don't make me a third.
I'm happy that Bungie brought it back. So this strike is going in A tier. So let's have a recap and check the standings. In Poo tier, we have the Disgraced and the Birthplace of the Vile. In C tier, we have the Lake of Shadows, Exodus Crash, the Insight Terminus, and the Glassway. In B tier, we have the Arms Dealer, the Fallen Saber, Proving Grounds, and the Hypernet Current. In A tier, we have the Scarlet Keep, the Corrupted, Warden of Nothing, the Light Blade, and the Sunless Cell. And finally, at the top of our list in S tier, we have the Devil's Lair, the Inverted Spire, and Liminality.
I'd switch a couple around. I'd switch, you know, the Tormentor guy up there with the Hive Lightblade strike, right? I'd then switch the two in the middle at C tier with the two first two of B tier. I could switch those around, and maybe the last one, and then I'd get the second one on A tier. I'd move it down. Same with the last one in A tier. I'd move it down. But hey, who am I? I'm just a VTuber. My opinion is void. My opinion is void.
So that's it. Did you agree with my rankings? Did you not? Let me know what you think. I
50-50.
apologize for my
I'll
kind of
give it
sleazy upload
50-50.
schedule, but I have a goal in mind now, so I'm going to be pumping out content to reach it. So if you wouldn't mind leaving a like or even subscribing, that shows me that you enjoyed my content and that I made you happy. That's all the motivation that I need to keep making content, really. I also have a public Discord with lots of friendly faces in there, so if you're wanting to suggest any video ideas, which would help me a ton by the way, hop in there and give me a shout. If you're looking for something else to watch, I made a video last year where I take on all sorts of challenges with swords only. I think it's some of my best work, so maybe give that a whirl as well. Who knows, you might end up enjoying yourself. I appreciate you making it this far into the video. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Or night if you're watching this in the evening. Take care now.
Cool. I was gonna say I really liked it. I do like your editing. It's very nice. I hope I could reach that level of editing one day. But that was good. That was great. I enjoyed it. That was not bad. I definitely would say this was a little bit funky, but you know what? With a little bit of love and grease, I think you could do better. Not better. You could do a little bit of greasing on it, you know, get some better opinions, you know. You get some better opinions in there. I get. Yeah, that was great. I enjoyed it. As always, his video is going to be top of the description down below. Make sure you sub to him. As always, I very much enjoyed this content, and I will be catching you guys on the next one. See you later. Bye-bye.